Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. Tonight I wanted to bring back chalks, pastels. We don't sell them anymore, but they still are available, not like this in our colors, but you know, you can color with similar colors, but they're out there. The other thing that you can always use is eye makeup. So you can go to the dollar store even and get a palette of eyeshadows and use those, because we don't want to use those on our face because they're made in China and they put God knows what in it. But on our cards, we don't care. So you could do that as well. They might even have chalk in the craft section as well, but I know Michael's sells it. You can get the pastels that are like in sticks. They work also with Q-tip or whatever you want to rub on them. So what I played with, and you did get a peek of them, these are putting through embossing folders, and all I did with these is use our daubers and just colored each section. And I did spray these. Now I just, well, that's kind of cool. I just made it a little darker. It picks up, like sometimes the embossing folders crack a little bit. So it picks up on those and gives it some nice definition. Just simple. I'm going to show you something else, but I'm not going to do it tonight. But I also, from years ago that we sold, Pearl-Ex pigments. So I played a little with that. I'm not going to do it now because I have to have my fan on. And when I put my fan on doing these, I had pigment all over the place. But if you can see what this does, I can't see it yet, but let me see if the light helps a little bit. But it's really shiny. And then I did a background. But you can do the same thing. This was Versamark, and then you put the powder, so you can do the same thing with chalk. And I'm going to show you a few ways. So now you can really, with the light showing, you can see that. So I didn't finish that background or that card because it was blowing all over the place. So this is one of the techniques, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Can you see the definition that I've made a grid there? I've got pigment all over. I didn't spray that. And we used to spritz it with water to set it. So I'm going to take a white card, and I'm just going to take some colors. You know what? I'm going to use the cotton balls, because that's another way of putting the color down. Let's see. Let's try a little of that one. Let's go for some yellow. And then we'll let them blend in a little bit together. I should have put a little bit more yellow there. And now we have some green. Okay, so that's good for the demo. So how you do that is you take a ruler or any straight edge. I'm going to use this one. It comes up a little bit higher. And you can line it up against your, you know, your grids if you want it like really even. But you take the eraser, and the eraser will erase chalk. So you can make this as big or as little as you want. So if you just wanted stripes, you could have that. Or if you want to do the grid, you just go down the other way. And any white eraser, I mean, this is the one that always came with the set, and it said Stampin' Up, but any white eraser will work. I don't know if our gum eraser, I haven't tried that. Let me just do it like in a little corner. Not as good, no. So you need a white eraser. Okay, so it's a background. Throw a few things on it and you've got a card. So that's one. Then on a piece of black cardstock, okay, so we're going to stamp with white ink, craft ink. So let's make a few of those. Oops, I didn't tap that one enough. All right, that's enough because we're not going to really make a card. I have that thing with this being upside down the other night too. Is it right? Is it wrong? Okay, so now let's get some. I kill myself. Okay, so we're going to tap it. Now you can rub it once you get some in there, but you don't want to, because this will like burnish it in, but you don't want to go right to it and rub or you're going to smear it. And then I can take, let's do it on a Q-tip. I could take some yellow. I knew it had to be brighter. Glad I figured it out before saying oops. Okay, so we've got an orange one. Let's do a pink one. And I think this was the old rose color, Regal Rose. Anybody remember that? So you can dust that off. So you can spray that with hairspray. And I asked my husband to pick up like a little travel bottle, and he came home with this, but it was $2. So Aquanet. So that's that technique, using your white. Then the same thing, except we're going to go back to the Versamark. Let's see if I can use the same one. And this is Poppin' Pastels is what we used to call it. So let's do a blue one. Isn't that pretty? And then you can go back in, let's see, I'll do that bright one. So they would all be, let's do another orange. And when you're doing like something like this, you could still go back into the background and, let's see, take a cotton ball or the dauber. Oh, look at that. I forgot that one was there. It's like magic, isn't it? But if you want to put like a background color in, you can do that. So on this one I did the white ink, but you can also put down some color, just like I did on the one with the grid. So you could do that whole background and then take the stamp into the Versamark and actually lift the color. And again, no, I think that's the right way. I never know with this one. Short one to the bottom, right, stampers? I don't know. Sometimes it looks right to me and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to show you a couple of the cards I did. So this one I colored with, I think I did it all with Q-tips, and then I went back in, which you're going to see me do in a minute, with a blender pen to give some definition, and then I went over the whole thing in Wink Estella. So if you can see that shine, sparkle, so pretty, and my fingerprint from when I sprayed it for whatever reason. Then this was one of the background ones, and I fussy cut the scissor, even the inside, and then this has a die. It's one of the new sets coming out, and I colored this with the blends though. But this was all just coloring with the daubers. Now this one, I did the background just like, it's hard to see. I probably should have used some lighter colors. But then with the Versamark, I lifted, but then I embossed it in white. And it's really pretty in person. And I did also spray it with my mixture of alcohol and whatever that stuff is called. What's wrong with me? This is the bright copper. Yes, champagne mist. Glimmer paint. There we go. Okay, so this was a two-step, and I was a little off on this one, but I stamped the first one, which was the background one, in the Versamark, did all my chalk, and then I went back and stamped the outline. And of course this is all winked and it's got 3 layers, so it gives some more definition. So that was that card. So now, for coloring something like the little bird, you can also get these little, I don't particularly like these, and they're going to go in the garbage because there's like a hard plastic thing in there that holds this. So when you're trying to color, that it like scrapes. It just doesn't feel right to me. But let's make like an orange. Yeah, I just don't like the feel. I'd rather take a Q-tip. And when you can make it like a little tighter. But we're going to do orange and yellow. But it's just a very quick way of coloring, especially for beginners, but you don't actually have to be a beginner. And then we can put like a little bit of brown. Okay, so then we can take the blender pen and put even a little definition into this one. So I'm going to take a brighter orange, and you're just picking up some of the chalk and coloring. And then I'll do, no, that should be, and before you switch to like a really different color, you do want to clean that off like you would with and you can blend that right in. You don't want to stay on it too long or it'll like tear your paper a little bit, but there's that bird. So that's something. Okay. I know there's one that a few people are dying to see, and that's going to be my last one. That's that one. But this is a real pretty quick card. Okay, so we're going to take the Versamark. I'm going to throw all those in there. These are going in the garbage because I just don't like the feel of them. But there are some, and I heard that there were in the dollar store, I wasn't sending the husband back though, pointy Q-tips or makeup applicators. Okay, so we're gonna put this in a couple places. And then I'll put a little piece there and a little piece there. Then I'm going to come back in with this little flower. And I know it's hard for you to see it. I'll try and hold it up before, but you'll see it as it comes to life. I think I overstamped that one a little bit. So you can kind of see it because my pad is dirty. So I'm going to take those out and let's do some pink. Look how that just comes to life. We need a little pink there. Oop, two next to each other. Okay, then we're going to grab some purple. You tend to want to just rub right away, but you really should tap it first. And then we'll do some, I think this is turquoise. Oh, that needs to be purple. Turquoise and turquoise. Okay, and then we're going to do some green with the Q-tip. And I just smeared that a little bit because you still want to tap it first. And we have one more purple. And let me do the green with this. He's good. Okay, so then, let's see, which direction do I want it? That way. That's the one I smeared a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take this and mount it on a piece of black. My tape has cotton on it. Okay, and this is what I do to spray it. I just have a bottom of a box, and I stick it in the box and hold it away from me and give it a spritz. But I'll spritz it after. So then I have some black satin ribbon, and I'm gonna do, I haven't done this in a while on video, so I'll show you this again. So you take something round, you can use a glue, this is a glue, or if you want like a really small bow, you can do like a Bic marker or something, if you're using like smaller ribbon. So it's just a knot. And then you kind of twist it as you're, whoops. All right, I totally just did it backwards. Let's try it again. Do-over. I get a do-over. Okay. Mama said there'd be days like this. Okay, so we go under. And then we're going to go around and under the other way, and then you kind of twist it when you're, so it's a square knot, but you want the ugly side on that side. So then we can cut it off. Now some people do this on their fingers, like they just wrap it around, and yeah, this girl doesn't do that. So then you're just going to snip it at an angle and pull it tight. And we're going to put that down. Just want to make sure I'm not getting, sometimes when I'm editing, I realize that I've moved down too far. And that's going to go on that. Let's keep it clean because chalk does get on everything. So that goes right there. And then I've already done this in advance. And this came from Country Home. And it's just white embossed. So someday when it's nice and cool in here, I'll pull out some of those Pearl-Ex and show you a few things. You can also color your embossing powder with it. And they still sell that too. Not Stampin' Up, but it's still available. So this is that card. And then let's get rid of this and this. And we're going to do that one. The chalks are so beautiful on any of the distinctive just beautiful. All right, so before I mess up this side of the paper, let me get this card ready. Okay. So we're going to take the Versamark again. And I did this card in sections, and it's much easier to do it that way because things might get placed a little different. So I stamped that twice. So I did that one. And then again, I used the daubers. So I started out with the pink. We'll use that one. And this was more daubing than rubbing. And it's really hard to see what's flower and what's not. Yeah, that's leaves, but you can go over it. Flower. What's nice about the chalks is they kind of blend again with them, you know, as you put the other colors in. Okay, and then I grab the green. And then I took a Q-tip with some brown, and I think this was close to cocoa. Now I gotta look. Nope, chocolate chip. The second one down is colors that we no longer have. And I like the look of when it gets like around everything. So something like this, it looks good. Then I did the butterfly. So we're going to do some purple, and I went just tapping it in the middle. And then as you rub it, more of the design shows up. And then I did the like teal. Let's see, what color is that really? Tempting turquoise. Oh, I might have used the one next to it, which I think was taken. Handsome Hunter. God, that's been a long time. But we'll stay with this one. And then you can blend in the colors a little bit. And then we're going to go for the yellow. Wherever it may be. There. Okay, then to give it a little bit more definition, I brought back, what did I bring back? I think I did it with the purple, but I'm going to grab something darker. Nope, I'm going to do it with the purple. Okay, so then I did the same thing with this. And grabbed a little one there. And I'm going to go ahead and at this point put in a butterfly there and a partial butterfly there. And then all of this can go bye-bye. Okay, so the same thing down on this one. We're going to add and let's define that flower. That's actually the leaves. I don't think it matters. And then again that brown, whatever I did it on, brown. Baloo. So we'll just make that one blue and the other one plain purple. Okay, then we're going to take, we're done with this. So I'm just going to take some black ink. Oh, one more butterfly should have been there. Would have made it look even. Crooked, like the other one. So that's going to get something put on it. And I'm going to try and get a partial butterfly with what's left over. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then you can always go in, and this is just some leftover, I think it was like barely banana, and just do some background stuff. So it's as simple as that. So we're just going to mount that. I think chalks should be a staple. Let's make them. Bring it back. Okay, and then because it was, you know, everything was one layer, I decided to use dimensionals. Did that one come off? there we have it. And you could put a few sequins on it. I probably will doctor it up a little bit later, but that's it. So let me clean this up a little bit. Yeah, I think the butterfly card is definitely my favorite. So we'll bring that back in, and that one. And that. And I hope you enjoyed that. So if you have chalks, bring them back out and definitely use them. And if you don't, the next time you're in Michael's, or if you're ordering something from Amazon, they're not that expensive and really worth it for a quick card. So I will see you Wednesday, and Wednesday might be my last video for a week. I'm going to Texas on Friday, and unless I can get something taped and just set it to go on, I won't be live, or unless I bring something to Texas with me. I'll see you the following week. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I will see you Wednesday night. Good night, everybody.